Hello everyone, good morning. Myself Ratna Kumari, Assistant Professor working in Ramco Institute of Technology, Rajapalayam in Information Technology Department. Today, I'm planning to cover basic introduction of testing in the point of view in the view of object-oriented software engineering, which comes under the fourth unit. So in this unit, basically, I'm going to talk about the introduction of the testing concept. Okay. So when we talk about the OOSE, okay, object-oriented software engineering, it is about delivering the good product to the customer based on their requirement. So when we deliver a product, the product should satisfy all the basic requirements given by the customer. It's very important. When it comes to the product delivery, it not only talks about creating the outstanding product, but also it should consider the whether it satisfies all the requirement of the customer, including cost, time, and everything. And the very important one is when we deliver or when we design or when we make a product, it should work or it should support the customer environment also. It's very important. So working in developer side and it's not working in the customer environment is a very big challenging factor. So when we talk about object-oriented software engineering, delivering the product, the maximum level of customer satisfaction is very important. So here the testing plays a vital role, whether we have to check whether the product is satisfying all the requirements of the customer, which is given by your software requirement specification document. And very important one is after delivering the product is also we should maintain the consistency of the product. Okay, so it is working for 2 or 3 days or 1 or 2 years. After that it is not working properly, the updations needed, so everything should be taken care of the people who's designing the product. So so checking all these things, it is all about the testing. So when we talk about testing, first, what is software testing? So it is a process used to identify or we have to check the quality of the particular computer or the particular software or whatever product it is. So as we are talking about software engineering, I'm representing the past software product as the software. So you should understand whatever product it is. Okay, it is not only software or hardware or a small industry, whatever it is. So the quality, when we do the software testing, the quality of the particular product should be tested properly. This is the main aim of your software testing. The aim of the program testing is to help identifying all the defects which is present in the program. So for this we have to compare the output of the particular system. The testing output should be compared with uh, the requirement which is given by the customer in the SRS, Software Requirement Specification document. So we can see this diagram. The input will be given to the developed system and we have to check the output. This output will be given as a requirement in the software requirement specification document. So basically when we talk about the software testing, it checks for the specification, functionality and performance which is given in the software requirement specification document, and it should go for both positive and negative conditions. What happens the condition is right or what happens when the condition is wrong, that is called as positive and the negative conditions. When we talk about the objectives of the particular software testing, what is the objective? So whether when we do the testing, it is not about proving the system is right. It is all about we have to identify or we have to search for the mistakes or errors which is present in the particular product. It's very important. It is, again I'm repeating, it is not about proving my system is right. Testing is all about we have to check for the errors. What are the possible errors are present in the product? It's not only in the current situation, in the future also. What would be the error when I go for this kind of conditions? So that is the main objective of your software testing. And basically, when we go for testing output, as I told you, we should need some important factor to be checked with, isn't it? The checking concept will be presented by the customer in your software requirement specification document in the starting itself. And the next one is we have to validate the quality of the software. What do you mean by validate? Whether I'm getting the perfect, I'm satisfied with the perfect working of the product. Whether the product is justified for the reason why it is developed. That is called as what you're validating the software or validating the product. So for these things, I have to generate, I have to prepare a test cases which is a high quality one which satisfies all the requirements of the customer. Okay, so what are the terms we see in software testing? Error, bug, fault, and failure. So what is error? So it is a human action that produces the error in the software. We can say it is because of some human misunderstanding or human negligence. We are getting some error. We are getting some deviation from the what we expect. So that is called as what? Error. Bug. The presence of error at the time of execution of the software. When we execute the software, we get a bug because of the errors. What do you mean by fault? It is a state of software because of the error. It is not. It is maybe it may be a wrong output or the output which we didn't expect. Okay, that is called as fault. So failure is when we compare the fault. When we say what is failure, it is the state because of the fault, the system is not able to satisfy the customer requirement. So it is noted as failure, deviation of the software from the expected output. So this is called as what your failure. So these are all the important terms which we use in the software testing. So in object-oriented software engineering, basically from the first unit we study about lots of life cycle models. So starting from the waterfall life cycle model, from agile model, we have so many life cycle models. In all the models, there is a one step which is testing, which cannot be avoided. Because of testing, successful testing only, we get the successful product. So what is the first one? We have to go for the project initiation where we get all the basic requirements from the customer, what he needs, what environment he is working, where the product has to be installed on all those things. And we have to study the system. Here comes the design concepts. So technical concepts. And the next one, here actually the testing life cycle starts. We have to go for the test plan. And the next one is design the test cases. So what we'll study one by one in the next slide. We have to design the test cases and we have to execute the test cases and we have to create the report for that. So whether it is a positive or negative, whether it is a successful or failure one, based on that we have to create a report, and from that why I'm mentioning a report defects, we are going to concentrate on the failure systems, not on the successful test cases. We are going to concentrate on the failure test cases. Okay, so that is report defects, and from that we are going for the regression test. Regression test we are going for analysis, and then we go for the summary of the particular report. So what is the test plan? It is a systematic approach to your test system, that is a product or software. In this we are going to talk about the software. So here we have to start from the basic understanding of the system. We have to understand why the project is needed, why it has to be done, and we have to study the design concepts also. So depends upon that we have to go for the test plan. And the next one is depends, we know what is test, we have some plan, what should be done. Okay, and then we go for the test case. So what is test case? This is specific procedure. So what has to be done, in what order it has to be done. When we talk about a test case, each and every test case is a triplet, which is a combination of I, S and R. So what is I? It is the input. What is S? It is the state of the particular program when I have to give the input, and R, and that particular what kind of output I am getting. That is called as what? The triplet of test case ISR. Okay. So the state of the program is also called as the execution mode. What do you mean by execution mode? Where it is ready to get the input and it is ready to generate the output. Okay, this is called as triplet of your test cases. The next one is test scenario. What is test scenario means? It doesn't have any input or output or state, nothing. I'm just going to give I'm going to test my conditions. For example, very simply speaking, I'm going to check whether the particular user is validated or not. I'm going to give my username and password whether I am a legitimate user or not. This is what I'm going to check by using the test scenario. So using this test scenario, we can design the test cases also. So basically the test cases can be defined as positive test case and the negative test case. Positive test case is for the test case is to be positive test case when it is correctly the software or product correctly performs the required functionality. When negative, it means that when it generates the wrong output or when it cannot accept the correct input. That in case it is said to be the negative test case. Test suite is nothing but the combination of many test cases for a particular program is called as what your test suite. The next one is very important one, verification and validation. Here the software should conform to its specification. Whether we are going for whether we are building the particular product in a right way depends upon the software requirement specification. When it comes to the validation, we have to check whether the overall system is ready for the given requirement, whether it is producing all the requirement output or not. So the overall system checking is called as validation, and the step by step whether we are following the software requirement specification in a correct way is called as what your verification. So in a testing activities, what are the testing activities? First, we have to generate the code and the document has to be generated. For this, we can use a software requirement specification document. By using this, we have to go for the design suite. What do you mean by test suite? It is a combination of many test cases, isn't it? So, we have to design the test suite, and these test suites should be given for the given to the particular product, and the failure list of the test cases has to be taken out. We have to find out, debug the program, and we have to find out the error list, and we have to correct the error list, and then it should be given to the designer again, and then program will be corrected. So these are all the testing activities of the particular software testing model. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.